Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to After Hour Gaming League. This is JW Schmo from Team Raytheon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are into the Elite 8 here at After Hour Gaming League with Team Rapidshare playing against Team Raytheon. These have been two fantastic teams in the regular season, with Rapidshare going a strong 7-2 and Raytheon going a strong 7-1. We should see some fantastic matches, some fantastic matchups, and in lieu of that, let's introduce the players today. In the bottom left-hand corner, playing for Team Raytheon, is Shardarki as the Red Zerg. And in the upper right-hand corner, playing for Rapidshare, is nnim as the Blue Protoss. And I will note that Rapidshare is joining us all the way from Switzerland. Thank you, gentlemen, for making the trip out, digitally of course, to attend this fantastic playoff matchup. Alright, so just starting off, we see some very typical play here coming from Protoss. We see a pylon going down at his natural. This is very typical against a Zerg player. This tends to lead into a forge and a long, nice wall right here at the natural expansion. We do see Shardarki going out and getting his Overlord out in front of his natural. That is going to prevent any sort of forge play, any shenanigans with cannons along his mineral line hiding out there. Very typical, very typical beginning. We do see Shardarki laying down his natural. While we're in this wall, I do want to bring up the fact that Team Raytheon is supporting math counts for this matchup. If Team Raytheon goes the entire way, they will be giving their winnings out to Math Counts. And in its 30th year, Math Counts is best known for its competition program that makes math as exciting as a school sport like StarCraft, through a series of local and state competitions in all 50 states. Math Counts also runs the club program that provides free resources and structure to any school that wants to have an organized math club, and recently launched the Real Math Challenge, a free online contest that has students create their own math teaching videos. So Raytheon, we thank you for the efforts you have provided for Math Counts up until this point. Not to be beholden, Rapidshare is also giving a charity its support. Their charity is, and I will slaughter this, I apologize, the Brunel Foundation. And the Brunel Foundation was founded in 1956 by the Swiss, and it supports the efforts for social and professional integration of handicapped individuals, and it offers 50 people yearly the ability to absolve an education in an office environment. So Rapidshare, we thank you for the support that you've given to Bruno up until this point, and we hope that one of these teams will be able to come out of this with a win and be able to continue to lead the charge so that they may support their respective charity. Alright, again, going back into the gameplay, we see some very typical play. We do see a probe in the bottom corner of Shardarki's base. That probe is going to get discovered by two Zerglings that are doing a fantastic job of scouting inside of Shardarki's main. We do see a forge and a gateway down here for nnim, and we do see him building his first zealot. This is going to set up a very good wall situation for him. He's going to be able to set his choke point and be able to define exactly where Shardarki will make his frontal assault. This forces Shardarki to make one of two options. Either he needs to engage these set of buildings, or he needs to find another way into the base. Alright, so we do see nnim laying down his second. He does have his second base. Worker count, is looking good for both, 27 to 33. And if we look at units killed, it's a 1-for-1. And if we look at the income, we do see that the gas is a little heavy for nnim, while Shardarki is leading the charge in minerals. We have a third going down for Shardarki. This is going to give him a wee bit of an advantage here if he can hold it in the mid-game, giving him more minerals and more gas here in order to build the roaches that he needs. Maybe a wee bit greedy for this type of play, but with Protoss not really putting any pressure, having a 6-minute hatch is completely feasible. Alright, we do see the warp gate going down here for our Protoss player. That is going to allow him to bring in his gateway units much faster than if he were just using them as a normal gateway. And we do see a Stalker and a Sentry, Stalker being produced and a Sentry on the field, and the Mothership Core, the ever infamous Mothership Core. This is a new unit for Heart of the Swarm, and as a Protoss player, I can say it is an absolutely tickle-me-pink fantastic unit to have. You get all of the special abilities bar one of the actual mothership, and it allows you to really manage your attacks much more effectively with its mass recall. If you get into a bind, you can always bring all your units back to your nexus. Brings them either here or to this nexus right here. So we do see that go down. We do see some scouting going on here with these Zerglings coming in. They are going to be scouted by that Phoenix. He is checking to make sure that third is not getting too cluttered with Protoss units, as it were. He's making sure that base is not being expanded too. And we do see some scouting going on here, nothing too fantastic. Let me see if I can click on that guy, and he's just going to follow in. And we are going to see that nnim is going to see the entire set of Shardarki's bases. So now Nim does know that it's a 3-to-2 base count. It does put him at a slight disadvantage in the number of bases. However, Nim, as a Protoss, can sit on 2 bases for quite an extensive amount of time and not get punished. Granted, he will have to move out. He will have to commit, but he is not in dire straits at this point. He is playing a very good match, very consistent with a proper plan. He does have a substantial wall going down here on his natural. No set of Banelings is going to be able to shoot through that with anything other than an act of God behind it. We do see an observer getting built. Let's just look at that production tab. We do see a commitment here by Nim to go with a robotics bay that is going to bring out the Colossus on his side, and we do see Shardarki with his third continuing to fill up his mineral lines. He is a little bit weak on his natural. What I mean there is that he has 10 workers mining, 16 is at peak efficiency, and anything higher than that is gravy. So he is a little bit weak there, but overall his probe count is good. He does have almost 50 drones, and so that will allow him to keep his economy going quite nicely here going into the mid-game play. Alright, so we do see some roaches going down. This is good for Shardarki. This is going to give him something to work with in the mid-game in case nnim decides to push. Nim, with his unit count right now, would be a little bit unwise to make a push. However, these 2 robotics facilities are going to give him the ability to pump out Colossus very quickly. He does get his Overseer down, and one key thing to note is he does get a little bit of vision using that fake changeling down on the base, on Nim's main base. So now we do know, Shardarki does know that Nim has a set of Colossus going down. He also knows that there is no third for Nim at the present time. If Nim were to go and get fancy, he could go out and get a hidden third. However, at this point in time, that is not the case. We are going to see a little bit of gameplay there. Just a little poke, taking out the Overseer there for Nim, giving Shardarki a little bit of a headache there. So now Shardarki isn't going to be able to see as much of the map. Still has good knowledge of the basic gameplay right now. I would make that argument. This observer here doing a fantastic job here for Nim. He is going to be able to see the entire contents of Shardarki's army. One thing to note with just this recent addition up here, Nim is now going to even out the base count here, 3 and 3, and Shardarki is not aware, does not see that third. So that is going to give Nim a slight advantage if, and only if, he can hold on to that third and keep it hidden. He does have to worry, though. He is not exactly in what you would call the best position in order to defend that third. So if he were to get attacked, if Shardarki were to come in and take out that third, he would be in a bad situation. All right, we do see this. We do see this cluster of units going in. It does look like they're going to be engaging here. They are pushing into the creep. They're into the creep. They are making a push, and they are going to engage. We do see Zerglings go down. We see some fantastic force fields going down. We do see some corruptors on the field. They are going to engage the Colossus. These force fields are keeping all of the roaches at bay right now, so we have a very good engagement here for nnim. He does lose his mothership core. That is going to prevent his ability to recall. He is now committed to this attack. These corruptors are just absolutely destroying the Colossus. The Colossus do fall. However, now, with those corruptors, he is unable to attack these ground units. We do see some zealots coming in. They have attacked the main area, the main natural. We do see some very nice force field play here by nnim. He is going to keep Shardarki from bringing any units out of his main. And this engagement here is going to be very detrimental for Shardarki. He does use a fantastic, absolutely fantastic corruption right there on those stalkers, and what that does is it reduces the armor that these stalkers have. So we do see some more zealots coming in. It does look like they're going to try to engage, but these roaches are making short work of the zealots. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our first major engagement of the day. And it looks like Shardarki was able to survive that. Now, that being said, behind that attack, nnim was able to get his third up safely. So now the question becomes, what does Shardarki do next? Is he going to engage on nним's natural? Is he going to try some trickery? Is he going to be able to find that third base that is hiding in the upper left-hand corner? I don't know. We shall see. This is going to be interesting. All right, we do see some roach movement. We are seeing them move up to the natural. And we do see some zealots going down for nnim. Let's just take a look here. What is going on? It does look like... yes it does. It does look like Shardarki is able to find that third. He is going to be doing some damage here, some substantial damage to the economy of nnim. nnim is going to have to commit units. He does deploy a set of zealots. It just isn't enough though. These roach are able to come in and make short-ordered work of this third, and nnim is now down 2 bases to 3. So a very effective play there by Shardarki. I do believe at this point he made the decision that nnim should have a third, and since he couldn't find it in the normal 2 places, here and here, he made the very intelligent decision to go hunt for it. And he was rewarded because he did just find the third of nnims. Alright, so we do see some Zerglings down there. We do see some Zealots along with Immortals. Immortals is a good play against these roaches, especially considering these corruptors are now effectively useless. However, the force fields are a little bit slow in coming down. We do see that the majority of nним's forces are falling right now to these roaches. Very good job of target fighting the Immortals, and it does not look good for nnim. And as stated, we see a GG here coming from nnim. A very well played match by both sides of the field. So ladies and gentlemen, after one match, Rapidshare goes down 0-1 with Shardarki taking a very convincing first match for Team Raytheon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is JW Schmo from Team Raytheon. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the rest of this week's matchup.